Alright everyone, hello, how are we doing? There's a few people that messaging me asking about deck lists, so I'm going to try doing that in this video for the Toei anime tournament, which I am adjusting a little bit for the Rush Duel possibly this Friday, which I plan to have it the day after this uploads. Let's see what we're doing. First up, we're going to show Elaine. Her theme is tigers. In the anime, she dueled Yugi with some kind of chess game, but if Yugi lost, she would have Tiger eat Taya. So I gave her a tiger deck. She has the three all-seeing white tigers, 3 tiger axe, 3 turtle tigers, 3 soul tiger, 3 zombie tiger, 3 king tiger wango for one of our boss monsters, Decade commander times 3, Amazonius tiger, crystal beast tobas tiger. She's for spells, like all characters, will have a dark hole, Raigeki, Graceful Charity, Monster Reborn, Pot of Greed, Mystical Space Typhoon, magic cylinders, and some decks, like future decks, I kind of added two mystical space typhoons, and then like GX, totally different set of constant cards. And other than these, she also has 3 beast fangs, 3 poison fangs. All right, that's what she has. Next up, we have Old Man Damon. Old Man Damon, in the tournament, in the show, he told Yugi he had very much just like very low zombie monsters. So I kind of gave him a cheap Skull Servant deck. We have Skull Servants, Fire Reapers, Wandering Dooms, 2 Battle Warriors so we can fuse with the monster, 2 13 Graves, 2 Dissolve Rocks, 3 King of Skull Servants, 3 White Mirrors, 2 Bright Princesses, his boss monster is Endless Decay. Then he also has 2 Polymerizations. Like anytime they have a fusion, I always try giving them 2 Polymerizations at least. Some Violet Crystals and Amulet Ambition, and the fusion monsters Zombie Warriors and Flame Ghost. With a lot of these earlier decks, I kind of just gave them 3 of each just to make them a little bit more consistent of what cards they have. Next up, we have Fang Long. If I can find Fang Long's face. Sorry, the images are kind of shitty. They're basically stills from the anime, which I kind of just googled each picture. You can see whatever that person's .com is, whatever. I have no affiliate link to them, but whatever. He was the video game, like kind of Street Fighter video game kind of thing, so I kind of gave him fighter cards. He'd actually stole the Millennium Puzzle from Yugi, and Joey had just beat him up. We have Chusky the Mouse Fighters, Monk Fighters, Battling Boxer Rabbit Punch, Amazonas Fighter, Vedometer Fighter Lele, Combo Fighter, Master Monk, spell cards, the 7, plus Kaminote Blow, Kaminote Blow, I don't know how you pronounce that, Legendary Black Belt, Lone Wolf, and Lucky Punch, which I think has killed him before. Alright, next up. Hanazaki. Hanazaki is the Zombre guy, I think. Yes. In the anime, he dressed up like a Zombre. He has actually the comic, but you can see it right there a little bit. Or where this would be. So I gave him heroes. Some elemental heroes, some like Hero of the East too. Oscolo hero. 2 Avions for Cinetrix, 3 Hilo Kids, 3 Mario Kakai, 3 Zombra the Darks. These are fusion materials for each other. 2 Bubble Man. This one has, since it's fusion focused, like 3 polymerizations, 2 Legendary Swords, a Sogen, 3 Miracle Kids, 3 Kid Guards, and for fusions, Steam Healer, Mariner, Phoenix Enforcer, and Last Warrior from Another Planet. Next up. Yuritani, which I think is Bully guy. Yeah. Yuritani, he was a gang member. Actually, he was trying to get Joey to be part of his gang, which Joey was for a second. So I kind of gave him similar cards to what Joey's deck, like some of his cards, just to kind of make it similar. For him, he has both M Warrior 1 and 2, Gojosi, X Raider. How do you pronounce this? Koji Kosi. I don't know. If I'm pronouncing wrong, I'm sorry. Guardian of the Labyrinth, Protector of the Throne, Mizaki Legendary Swordman, Goblin King, because he thinks he's a little king. The boys, because they're gangster cards. Goblin Attack Force, since he has like Attack Force people that go with him. In the later episodes, his gang is fighting with yo-yos, so I put some yo-yos in his deck, and the only good ones like fighting with Speedroid double yo-yo. Spell cards, he has the Kuna Red Chain, reinforcements, and the forceful checkpoints. And fusion monsters, Carbanola Warrior and Guilty of the Dragon Knight. Hobson, the Butler. In the anime, it was Seto Kaiba's arc, like a death T arc or something, where they also had death traps where Yugi gang had to get out. His thing was you had to go to a roller coaster and not get, or a scary haunted house roller coaster thing that you didn't have to. If you got scared, you would have been shocked to death, or moved or something. So I gave him a Thunder deck, electric cards, Mega Thunderball, Gemini Tormalini. I know that's supposed to be a rock of some sort. I don't remember how to pronounce it. Octobeam, the Immortal of Thunder, which technically will hurt yourself. Basically, that's what happened to him. He failed and shocked himself. 3 Thunder Dragon, 3 Lightning Punisher. Your spells, he has Raimei, Lightning Vortex. Does he have? Oh yeah, it does Raigeki. Electro Rip times 3. Anti Raigeki. Yes, strangely I gave him Anti Raigeki. Thunder Ruler, just because Thunder is in the name. And it's supposed to be a nightmare roller coaster thing, so Nightmare Wheel sounds decently enough. And Raigeki Bottle, with Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon and Kaminari Attack as his fusions. Load up Imori, Imori, where are we? Imori in the anime, he had a Zingzin Hu looking thing that had like the dragon cards in it where him and Yugi fought. Little Yugi did lose, so he got his soul trapped into the jar, but Yami Yugi took over. Hajime Amori kinda was possessed by the jar himself, so he kinda made this deck with elemental dragons. Ragnarok, Suryu, Serpent Knight Dragon. Each of the weaker dragon rulers. Rare Metal Dragon, Element Dragon. Like I said, each of the little elementals. Then spells. We have the Dragon Gunfire. Stings and Who, like I said, is basically on there. Mountain. And if he can master it, a 5-headed dragon, which is probably possible, but kind of doubtful to do. And I'm going to put Yami Mori there. He wasn't in the original tournaments, but I added him in the Millennium Items versus Shadow Duelist Art Tournament, whatever you call it. But I'm going to add him into the Rush Duel variant. He has a very similar deck, only his monsters are different. 3 Yama School, Guard Dragon, Justitia, Decoy Dragon, Totem Dragon, the Burner, Lightning, Reactin, and Steam, the mini dragons, and then one of each of the bigger dragons rulers. Spell cards are very similar. 2 mountains, 2 dragon gunfires, Sings and Who times 3, and he still has the 5-headed dragon if he really can summon it. If he can summon 1, that's fine. If he summoned more than 1, I think it would be a little more powered and stuff, so I kept it on 1. Juro, the spider guy. Jiragumo. Jiro Gumo. He was a prisoner that escaped. He was pretending to be a restaurant manager just so he could get, like, be a free man secretly. He has Gengurumo, Kumotoko, Hunter Spider, Launcher Spider, Karakuri Spider, Jiraiguma, which is kind of what his name is representing, and BM4 Blast Spider. For spells, kind of similar spells that everyone else has. Insect Armor with laser cannons, Layer of Darkness, just turn them all dark so Blast Spider can use each of these cards for its effect. Roulette Spider, and DNA Transplant, just turn them all dark as well. The man that works at the Junkie Scorpion. Junkie Scorpion is a shoe shop store where this guy would sell people the cool shoes and then have some other people steal the shoes back and stuff. The reason why I gave him 2 bite shoes kind of represent the shoes. It's called Junk Scorpion, so I give him a lot of Scorpion cards. Fiend Scorpion, Nightmare Scorpion, Giant Scorpion of the Tundra, Steel Scorpion, a Claw Scorpion, Millennium Scorpion. Spell cards, the same normal ones. Laser Cannon with armor, Insect Armor with laser cannons, Gaia Power. He's kind of greedy, so I gave him some Rush Recklessly, and again Cashback. Kind of represent him a little bit. Hayo Rico. I don't remember who you are yet. Oh, the girl. Kairiku was a girl who wanted to be the prom queen. Miho basically took it after a while, but Yugi did have a shadow duel with her. They had to pull roses. My original concept was give her a rose deck, but with Akiza using rose cards, and I was feeling like it was being a little too overpowered, so I just changed it to a plant deck. We have Firegrass, Petite Dragon, Silver Fang, Green Phantom King, Dark World Thorns, Queen of Autumn Leaves, Rainbow Flower, Grass Phantom, Puppet Plant, Fairy King Truesdale, Spell cards, Riryoku, Invigoration, Gaia Power, then Fusion Monsters, Dark File Dragon, and Flower Wolf. Concorrico, I believe, is the Creeper. Kokorano. Kokorano is a fake psychic, so I kind of gave him psychic cards. He kind of would give fortunes and then like give him some kind of drug to make him pass out and do whatever you can think of that is wrong. I'm not gonna say that because that's kind of gross. So I gave him a spellcaster deck. Magical Plant Mandragula, Ceremonial Bells, because he's psychic, he thinks he sees it both hands. Royal Magical Library, just so draw. Glass Magician, Alchemist of Black Spells, Mind of Air, basically just see hand. Dark Red Enchanter, the normal spells, the Ante, Misfortune kind of represents like pretending the fortune. Paralyzing Potion because he's gross. And Ominous Fortune Tellings. The reason why he has spell cards that or cards that make him so you can see the opponent's hand. You can start burning them. Kujirada. No. Kuji. In the manga, he was the guy that had the virtual beast that would destroy all the other virtual beasts. So I gave him virtual bugs, basically. Digital bugs. He has Atomic Firefly, Golden Ladybug, Magnetic Mosquito, Digital Bud Cocoon Denser, Centipede it, Web Solder, LED Bug, Registrider, spell cards, kind of like most insect decks, Insect Armor, Blazing Cannon, Forest. He also has Shine Palace since they're all light monsters. Miho. Oops, one card. Tristan's love interest that disappeared when they switched to normal, like the anime you probably already all seen or remember. She was the popular girl. Tristan liked her. She knew that Tristan was a simp and kind of played on that a little bit. In one competition that she was fighting the plant girl that we talked about just earlier. Her costume was destroyed, so she made a mermaid like outfit like what you see in the picture. So I kind of gave her a mermaid deck. She has Enchanting Mermaid, Ice Water, Amazon of the Sea, Red Archery Lady or Girl, Rainbow Marine Mermaid, Mermaid Archer, Cure Mermaid, Mermaid Knight, and she liked to dance too, so Performs with Sword kind of represented her too. For spell cards, not the main 7, we have the Steel Shell and the Ritual spell card. Next one, a Kaiba that everyone knows, Mokuba Kaiba. I kind of represented his Duel's Kingdom deck a little bit. I don't remember if I modified it much. We have Darkborn Thorns, Mystic Elf, Blackland Fire Dragon, Snakehair, Crocodilus, Ancient Elf, Venom Cobra, Rioran, Hane Hane, King of the Swamp, Dark Exiled Fusion, Earth Exiled Fusion, the Hungry Burger. Spell cards, I gave a Brain Control, the Hungry Burger recipe, and for fusions, Chameleon Wizard, Flower Wolf, Mystic Sand, Skelgun, and Great Mammoth of Goldvine. I do think I remember giving him some Capsule Monster references. I think that's what the Rioran was for, but I don't remember exactly what I gave him. I think he did have a snake in there too. Other cards, kinda, I don't remember at all. What I call the movie Yugi. There was an original Toei anime movie with Yugi. Basically, some kid pulled Red Eyes Red Dragon, Red Eyes Black Dragon, whatever I'm trying to say. And Kaiba wanted it. Yugi says, you should duel with it. Kid was kind of scared to duel. So he said, okay, let me borrow it. So he let him borrow it, and he used it against Kaiba. And I kind of gave him a basic Yugi deck that I kind of gave him Duel's Kingdom, replaced a few cards with Meteor Dragon and Red Eyes. I gave him a Meteor Black Dragon, just whatnot. Rest deck is Mammoth Graveyard, Silver Fang, Giant Soldier Stone, Miscut Elf, Feral Imp, Winged Dragon Guardian of the Fortress, Beaver Warrior, Komori Dragon, Celtic Guardian, Skull Servant, Dark Magician, Karibo, Catapult Turtle, Blackluster Soldier. Gave him a other than 7, Swords Revealing Light, Mystic Box, Blackluster Ritual, Burning Land. Alright. Kinda, this is also Yugi. This is the Duel's Kingdom Yugi. I'll just represent it as the little one. It's very similar deck, like I said. What's the difference in here? Cursor Dragon instead of Meteor Dragon, and Gaia Fierce Knight, and Gaia the Dragon Champion. It's, like I said, it's very similar to the other deck. I don't see any other changes. Alright. This one's a teacher. She was a rude teacher. Her name is Miss Chono. She was trying to do her best to make expel kids. She was very vanity, so I gave her mirrors as cards. Archiving mirror, job change mirror, being reflection 2 and 1, mirror ladybug, mirror resonator, Beans mirror, her boss monster. For spells 7 plus this mirror spirit ritual card, fairy hand mirror, Fiend hand mirror, mirror of oath, mirror mail, mirror wall, light and dark and shadow imprisoning mirrors. Basically, how she lost is Yugi put a puzzle together and she looked at it and it saw a reflection of her and she started falling apart, kind of. And then she looked old or something. I don't remember exactly. Where are we? Ridley. He's a puppeteer. He likes puppets. He also has a nurse puppet. He has a rogue doll because he likes dolls and puppets. Friar Kaken. The magic swordsman representing the magic swordsman that Yugi lost to him. Dark First Soldier 1 and 2. I think he has like samurais in his deck or something. He has something called Chimera, so I give him a little Chimera. Raging Flame Sprites. There's a Fire Witch or something. I kind of said that represented it. And then he had a Gold Beetle, so I gave him Javelin Beetle. For spells, the 7 plus Salamandria and Javelin Beetle's Ritual plus Numinous Healer because it had a nurse in it. And he controls a nurse. I'm gonna put... where are we? Did I do all these characters? Yeah, okay. Nurse puppet, or I'm now a color nurse doll. I need to change that. She's a doll. She has a very similar deck to Ridley. Changing other cards for nurses or puppets. She also has Rogue Doll. She has Dark Assailant. Magical Ghost. Gazelle Mystical Beast. Neo Swordsman. Ejection Fairy Lily. Represent the fairiness. She had a goddess of some sort, so I gave her Goddess the Third Eye and Goddess Revenge. Dark Nurse, Refuge School, Muscle Medic, Bephermet. I'm losing my mouth a little bit, I'm guessing. Then she also has Fury of the Kyoshi, which kind of... She had a card called Tsunami, so I said that kind of looks like a tsunami to me. So she has that, and Torrential Tribute, Numinous Healer, and First Aid Squad. And she also has Fusion of Chimera, the Flying Mystical Beast. Next up, we have Risa. I'm gonna get a drink really quickly. Risa was a girl that kind of was Yugi's girlfriend for like a very short time when she found out that he pulled a one of the Gorgon sisters. I don't know what it's called. I don't remember which color it was, but she had like kind of a witch theme like deck for those three things that evolved into the Gorgon. So I gave her a witch deck. Giant Soldier of Stone, Fairy Witch, Cosmo Queen, Witch's Apprentice, Ebon Magician Curran, her Princess Form, Shadow Priest of Ohm, Witch of Black Rose, Condemned Witch, Reptilian Medusa, kind of representing the Gorgon, a Vision Hero Witch Raider, her boss monster. And then she also has the 7 plus Book of Secret Arts, Trial of the Princess for her Curran, Yami, and that's it. Next up is Ryuchi. Where's Ryuchi? There you are. Ryuchi is one of the luck guys, so I kind of gave him a luck deck. Where's that card? Do I not have that card in his deck anymore? There was a card that had both a Sniper Hunter and the Archfiend's King, Terror King or something. And that's kind of what I was originally building his deck based around a little bit. We have Dice Jar, Thunderball, Roulette Barrel, Snipe Hunter, Cuban, Maximum 6, Death 7, Let's Dangerous Machine Type 6, Graceful Dice, Dice Foon, Skull Dice, D-Rice Reroll, and Needle Wall. Very luck based. Now for one of the Millennium holders. Shoddy Shin. Basically in this, someone in the museum basically was stealing Yugi's Millennium puzzles, so Shoddy was judging them, then started judging Yugi using zombies and trickery. So I kind of gave him a flip deck, kind of. Millennium Golem kind of represents him having Millennium items. Spear Cretan, Swarm of Scarabs, Swarm of Locusts, the Sakuda, Stealth Bird, Royal Keeper, Wandering Mummies, Golem Sentry, William Seekler because he's a Millennium guy, William Scorpion for the same reason, the 7 spells, and Sebek's Blessing basically because he's someone's whatever the alligator god is to eat the other guy that stole the puzzle originally or trying to sell it, and a Fiend's Plan. He's kind of just like a what they call a Pac-Man strategy, flipping, but less flipping. Instead of Junk Scorpion that was in the manga, we had Shotaro. Instead of shoes, it was watches. So I gave him kind of a time deck. Because Baby Dragon, Time Wizard, Time Thief Winder, Grizel Ship, Regulator, Chronokodo, Adjuster, this boss monster Time Eater, the 7 spells plus, excuse me, Time Machine and Time Seal. Yes, so the fusion of Thousand Dragon. Now this is kind of like one of the dumb decks that I thought was fun enough to use. One of the people that escaped the prison as well was Tetsu the Hedgehog. So I gave, since his name had Hedgehog in his moniker, so I gave him Hedgehogs. Bulbot the Hedgehog, Neo Flamewar Hedgehog, Shadal Hedgehog, Thousand Needles, which is basically a hamster or hedgehog kind of thing. Hinazumi Hanabi, which basically keeps killing himself with it. I think I should take this out, but I think it's funny that he loses to it all the time. 2,000 needles. 3,000 needles is boss monster, but I don't think he ever sums it very often. Of course, the Sanctuary. Reliable Guardian. Castle Walls. Labyrinth Nightmare. Basically, he's more defensive in his deck. Kind of silly, but whatever. Where are we? We had the Bomber, which I just named TikTok because he was basically exploding things. For this one, he was blowing up a Ferris wheel. That's just why I give him the Nightmare Wheel, because it was a wheel that explodes. They were counting down, it would explode, so I gave him Final Countdown. But then I gave him a lot of explosion cards or time cards. So Destructive Ring, Ring of Destruction, Woboku, Nightmare Steel Cage, Shellgrave, Brain Control. But for monsters, he has Jingen Bakuden, Cyber Jar, Adhesive Explosive, Black Salvo, Blast Spear, and Time Eater. Now for our 5D representative. Where are you, Tetsu? We have Tetsu Trudge. He kind of comes back into 5D as one of the security guards. So I kind of gave him cards that represented more cycles and a few cards that were in his 5D deck a little bit, but I tried keeping that to more of a minimum. He has Scar Dogs, Pursuit Chaser, Rider, Chaos Rider Gustav, Displater Rider, FA Hang On Mock, FA Whip Crosser, Doku Rider. For spells, he has the Flints, Revival the Doku Rider, Reinforcements, Horn of the Heaven, and Minor Goblin Official. Yeah, his deck's kind of weird. Next up we have the director of Zito TV. I just named him Zito, or ZTV boss, so Zito. He's kind of greedy, but in his episode he was paid someone else to beat up Yugi so he can show off there was bullying in schools. So I kind of representing causing your opponent to keep drawing and then paying for it with a certain trap card that I have right here. I'll say in a second. Yes, Morphing Jar, here's Shadow Scout, 1 Fiber Jar, 3 is Sasuke Samurai's number 3, 3 Bristol Butchers, and he has a whole bunch of spells. Dark Hole, Raigeki the 7. He also got Card Destruction. Drag Down into the Grave. Peking Goblin. 1 Day at Peace. Recycle so we can keep getting these cards back. The Gift of Greed. Dirt Scheme. Commander of Swords. Side Effects. Present card. Draw, discard. Dark Bribe. Recall. And the card that is what his deck's made around, Greed. Anytime a player draws a card, they take 500 damage. Zito plays the right way, he can cause a lot of damage at the end of the turn. Hiccup. Then we had decks from other series, because this was originally wasn't going to happen, but I just brought in some characters that were in this series. Koji was an anime, but he really didn't. I don't remember him doing anything. In Battle City, he did duel Kaiba offhand, like in the background. Didn't really see much of his cards, but since he was able to use any card Kaiba had, except for what Kaiba was in his deck, I kind of gave him a weird Kaiba hybrid plus a few other cool cards that was in his hand a little bit. Akuma Doors, Launcher Spider, Yo Zanryu, Kategori Spider, White Magician Hat, Cyberjar, Jiragumo, Wall of Illusion, Shadow Ghoul. Spells, he has Brain Control, a Fissure, Compensation, a Delinquent Duo, Painful Choice, Final Countdown, Monster Recovery, Michizuri, Bastard Destruction, or Rain Destruction, whatever, Negate Attack, Horn of Heavens, and Shadow Spell. We had Seto, which is kind of a Seto deck. Sagitar Clown, Battle Ox, Mystic Horseman, Akuma Door, Ryukishin Powered, La Jin, Gyutino Magami, Sword Stalker, Street Blue Eyes, Cyberjar, Ancient Lamp, Lord D, Wall of Illusion. Spells, he has Brain Control, Blue Summoning Dragon, Gifted the Mystical Elf, Negate Attack, Shadow Spell with fusions of Rapid Horseman and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Then we had Solomon Muto, Grandpa. Basically, it was Yugi deck. I switched out a few cards just to make him so he has the Exodia. Gets all 5 pieces of Exodia. Mammoth Graveyard, Silver Fang, Giant Soldier, Mystic Elf, Barrel Imp, Winged Dragon, Beautiful Warrior, Kamari Dragon, Celtic Guardian, Ancient Elf, Skull Servant, or Summon Skull, Norm Magician, Gaia, Exodia, Sangan, the Mystic Sheep, King of Swamps, Goddess of the Third Eye, Buster Blader, Blackluster Soldier. He has the Sword Revealing Light, Mystic Box, Horned Unicorn, the Blackluster Ritual, Monster Recovery, Spell Shattering Arrow. Then he has a good decent amount of fusions. He has Kamari Wizard, Flower Wolf, Mystic Sand, Rose Spectre of Dun, Gaia Dragon Champion, Kaiser Dragon. For Bakura, or Yami Bakura in this case. Kind of was representing his Duelist Kingdom deck. I brought him over as, like I said, a few of the other characters. He has Happy Lover, Lady of Faith, Doma the Angel of Silence, Mask of Darkness, Man-Eater Bug, Morphing Jar, Spirit Cretin, White Magical Hat, Electric Lizard, Morphing Jar number 2, Maju the 10,000, Dark Master Zork, Change of Heart, Zork's Ritual, Chain Energy, Just Desserts, and Grave Lure. Another deck that I had was Joey Wheeler. Where are you, Joey? This is his Duelist Kingdom deck that I gave him. I'm not gonna have this Joey in the Rush version of the season Toei animes, season 0, whatever you want to call it. But he had the Baby Dragon, Flame Manipulator, and Warrior 1 and 2, Koji Kosi, X-Raider, Guardian of the Labyrinth, Protector of the Throne, Mizaki, Red Eyes, Copycat, Time Wizard, Swamp, and Lava Battleguard. The 7 spells and traps. Kuna by Chine and Chapel with Spikes. He also has Kambola Warrior, Flame Swordsman, Guilty of D-Knight, Thousand Dragon, and Black Skull Dragon. Like I said, I'm not having him in this tournament because I kind of went back and looked at my old decks that I didn't use, and I'm going to use that one for him right now. This is based on the starter deck Joey. Yeah, it's 3 Baby Dragons, Flame Manipulators, Swordsman Landstar, Armored Lizard, Spirit of the Harp, Mizaki's, 7 Colored Fish, Dark Fire Soldier 1, Harpy Late, Sky Scout, whatever you want to call it, Island Turtle, Red Eyes, Magician of Faith, Melis Radiant, Time Wizards, Penga Soldier, Sengen, White Magical Hat, Princess Tsurugi, Karate Man, Big Eye, Mahalo, Gilfrey the Iron Knight, and Eternal Rest, which I actually wasn't gonna have in there, but I guess I messed up and left it in there. If you can tell, I was trying to do the idea where Joey didn't have any spell cards, so I was trying to keep it down to the minimum, which I kind of did delete that. What should I add to replace it? I don't know. A Singen. There we go. But I probably won't say that. I'll look at it later, hopefully. But other characters I'm adding to this Rush tournament is a very similar character to Tristan. Or is Tristan. Like I said, he also kind of got the starter deck treatments, only I kind of adjusted it to be fitting for more him. His Armored Litter, Spirit Harp, Mizaki, 7 Colored Fish, Dark Fire Soldier, Sky Scout, Island Turtle, Magician Faith, Miley Radiant, Penguin Soldier, Singen, White Magical Hat, Princess Tsurugi, Karate Man, Big Eye, Mahavilo, Grilfried, a Swamp and Little Battleguard, Eternal Rest, a Fissure, Change of Heart, Giant Trunade, Dragon Treasure, which does he even have any dragons? Yeah, I'm gonna modify this slightly. Delete that and probably add one more of these. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do. Giant Trunade, Nuzzler, Mountain, Scapegoat. I'm probably gonna take that out too, since Rush Duels don't work well with that. So this is probably gonna be the deck now. Mountain, Wing Beasts. There's Wing Beasts, so yeah, that works. Trap Hole, Reinforcements, Just Desserts, Wabaku, 7 Tools Bandit, and Ultimate Offering. I'm also going to be introducing a few more characters. Like I said, Kujiraja was the virtual master of the manga. Hayama was the secret bully of the anime. So I kind of gave him the digital bugs, kind of represent that. I also gave him Ultimate Insects. 1, 3, 5, and 7. He also has laser armor cannon and insect armor laser cannon and forest. He's kind of if you let him too long, he will summon these big monsters, and I assume Rush Duel will probably break him a little bit. Next up, a guy with a long last name. Goro Gashira. This is one of the characters I originally was planning to use in the first tournament, but I guess I lost him and I forgot him, add him into the tournament, so he's here now. He has Fire Kraken, Bean Kraken, Octo Berserker, Squirtquid, Skull Kraken, Minion Aqua, Sharktopus, spell cards, the 7, Steel Shell, Legendary Ocean, Ring of Destruction, Blast Held with a Tribute, and Chain Detonation. Basically, he was trying to do like a festival where he opens a sushi stand, but Yugi's group was in his way, so he pushed him out of the way. Yugi dueled him, having like ice hockey, but it explodes or something. That's the reason why I have like explosive cards at the very end as well. But since he's kind of like a sushi, squid, teriyaki, whatever you want to call him, that's the reason why he has a lot of octopus and krakens and squids and whatnot. Made him Aqua is basically a squid as well, or octopus, I mean. If I remember correctly, that's what she is. Next up, let's see if you can figure out who that is. Green-haired Seto. Basically, I took the starter deck Kaiba, made his deck, made a starter deck Joey, and made a Tristan and Joey deck. For Kaiba, he has Battleox, Komori Dragon, Rogue Doll, Kochikosi, Irby, Mystic Horseman, Mystic Clown, Ogre Black Shadow, Kishin Powered, Lajin, Destroy Golem, Red Skullbird, Dehuman, Pale Beast, Judgment, Gyokotenu, Megami, Sword Stalker, 2 Blue Eyes. I was gonna give him 3, but I don't know, I probably still to give him 3. And I'll delete. Probably you. Honey, Mystic Puppeter, Lord. Then he has the 7 spells and traps. Then he also has Fluid Summoning Dragon, Ancient Telescope, Dark Energy. Actually, I'm going to delete that and add the human guy back. Innovation, Slogan, Trap Hole, Two-Prong Attacks, Reinforcements, Just Desserts, and Ultimate Offering. Since I did that with both Joey and Kaiba, I also did it with Yugi as well. So there's going to be 3 Yugis in this one. Like I said, it's basically a starter deck, modified a little bit. The 7 cards. Yes, Dinosaur Zone, Dragon Zombie, Mystic Elf, Feral Imp, Queen Dragon, Guardian of Fortress, Celtic Guardian, Great White, Vinty Phantom, Mystic Clown, Ancient Elf, Neo, the Magic Swordman, Baron, the Fiend Sword, Man-Eating Treasure Chest, Sorcerer Doomed, Cursed Dragon, Summon Skull, Dark Magician, Gaia, Man-Eater Bug, Wall of Illusion, the 7 spells and traps, Dying Kiso, Fissure, Change of Hearts, Soul Shamed, Sword of Dark Destruction, Book of Secret Arts, Yami, Chapel, Two-Prong Attack, Reinforcements, Uboku, and Ultimate Offering. And then a few other characters that I kind of wasn't going to add originally. Like, I had concepts of them, but I didn't really use them either. I kind of just threw them away, not thinking I was going to use them. This is a modified version of that character. Just an idea. Little Bakura, or this one is White Mage Bakura, basically. He has a lot of white mage cards. White Magician Pikaru, Lily Light Charmer, Forgiving Maiden, Skilled White Magician, Mill Possessed Linda Nina, which I was thinking about deleting honestly. Muscle Medic, Prime Material Dragon, as boss monster. The 7 spells, Postlion Keto, Rain of Mercy, Luminous Spark, and Chain Healing. In the anime, when they were playing their D&D game, kind of whatever board game, Bakura was trapped in the world as a white mage. He's kind of saved the team. But you can't have Bakura as a priest without a dungeon master. And the dungeon master in anime was Bakura as well, only the Yami one. Basically, they went to the forest, they battled a whole bunch of what they call fiends, but they were kind of like giants and monsters and stuff, so I kind of represented fiends and monsters. I think I gave them all beast warriors, like intermediate giants, Ogre the Black Shadow, Pale Beast, Sing and Jin, Throw, Cybernetic Cyclonian, Dark Master Zork, which he did play only, I think it was this one that he played, not the anime dragon head wearing in a certain spot monster. It also has the 7 spells plus forest, which they kind of represent them being going in there. I added Fire Formation Tensu because it adds a Beast Warrior where you can more summon them. Dungeon Masters normally will summon more than one monster at a time to fight players, so that's the reason why I have them. And Eagle Ceiling, there's a part where the ceiling was falling on them. It was up to them to figure out the puzzle for them to survive, and they did. So that's Yami Bakura. I think that might be everyone, actually. Let me double check. Yes, got those people, got everyone. Yeah. Other than the first Tristan that we saw, we're gonna have tournaments, rush tournaments, using all these characters. Alright. I'll also let you guys watch this. If you enjoy it, let me know. And I'll start doing this with the other characters. Probably be slower amounts of characters at a time, depending on how many characters are at the tournament. Alright. Hope you guys have a good day. Pet your pets. And get your game on, I guess. I don't know. Bye-bye.